So it's been a few days since I did kind of my intro video to this whole YouTube thing, which I'm pretty excited about. A little nervous still because I have no idea what I'm doing, but I really kind of just wanted to be able to share my story with you. If it brings anybody strength or comfort, or just the realization that you're not alone, I've done my job. So basically, I figured I'd do a video today. I am actually on my way to the VA, which I go to every Monday. I'm currently in treatment for PTSD, like I stated in my first video. Every Monday I sit down with my counselor and I have my weekly mental strengthening session with her. My counselor is awesome. I absolutely love her. She is hard on me, which I need because I have a tendency to be stubborn. And Mom, if you're watching this, I'm sure you're shaking your head yes. But she pushes me, and it's what I need, and I'm really thankful. So basically, the basis behind this video is, if you're having a hard time, if you're struggling with anything mentally, you don't have to do it on your own. There is help available out there. I will say from personal experience, it was not easy for me at first to, one, admit that I needed help. I thought that I could just bottle it up and just keep going. And eventually it got to the point where my body and my mind were physically shutting down. I was having anxiety attacks to the point where I was being hospitalized. My favorite story is I was at a concert this past August with friends, and I have really bad crowd anxiety due to my PTSD, and I had an anxiety attack while I was there. And apparently the paramedics thought that I was maybe like dying or having a heart attack or something. So I actually got life flighted for the first time to a hospital where I stayed overnight, and that was for an anxiety attack. So if you've never had one, they're horrible, and clearly for paramedics to think that I was dying due to one, it's bad. But I encourage you not to let it get to that point. I did not like to admit weakness. I think that was one of the things that I was taught in the Army, was going and seeking help was weak. It kind of takes away from your credibility as a leader, things of that nature. And that's, again, kind of the basis of these videos, is to kind of overcome that stigma, that needing, counseling or some kind of support for, your mental struggles. It's not weakness, it's strength. It takes a lot of strength to admit that, you know what, I can't do this on my own, and I want to be better. And so if you need help, it's okay. And I'm going today, like I do every Monday, and I have been for almost the past year now, to go get the help that I need from a professional. And because I want to be a better mom, and I want to be a better person, and it has helped me so much over the last year. I used to be a shell of a person. I was angry. I was confused. I felt like the whole world was against me. Don't get me wrong, I went through some really challenging things, but I probably over-exaggerated the drama a little more than what was necessary. And I was hard on people that I love and that love me back, like my family and my friends. I know I was not easy to deal with. And I'd like to think that over the last year, I've grown and made it a little bit easier for them and for me. I just feel so much more positive now, and That's really what I'm just trying to gear my life towards. It's like when bad things happen, like, yeah, it sucks, but like, don't let it just tear your world apart. Just take it for what it is. Take it as a learning experience, and, you know, pick yourself back up and keep moving forward. And like in my case, I know at this point right now, I'm not able to do it alone, and I don't want to do it alone. Bringing people into my life that want to help and that are supportive has been the best thing that has happened to me in a long time. I used to completely seclude myself from everybody. I would withdraw, and it only made things worse. It made me more depressed. It gave me more anxiety, because then when I would be around people, I didn't know what to do, because I was so used to being a recluse and not relying on anybody. And, you know, I always thought, well, you know, the only person you can rely on is yourself. But it's like, when I got to my breaking point, I couldn't even rely on myself. So I had, you know, pushed people away that I didn't necessarily want to push away intentionally. But thankfully, you know, my family and my friends that stayed supportive throughout the process were still there to kind of help me get my bearings and point me in the right direction. And so last April, I got sick of being sick, and I fought tooth and nail to get into the VA to get counseling, and I'm finally in treatment, and I'm finally getting better, and it's such a good feeling. And so again, this video today, I wanted to just put it out there that, like, if you are struggling, go get help. Don't be afraid. It's not weakness, and it's been life-changing for me. I finally can start living my life again. I mean, I still have a long ways to go, but I'm able to do things now that a year ago, there's no way that I would be able to do without having a mental breakdown of some sort. And my community of supporters and just the people that I'm allowing into my life has grown so drastically. I'm not as much of a recluse. I mean, I have my moments still, but I'm allowing people to come into my life in a way that I never did before. And that's another reason why I wanted to do these videos. It's just to kind of open up a little bit more to the world about, you know, my struggles, and just not just my struggles, but like, I mean, everyday life, like, just so people can relate. You know, I'm a real person. I'm a small town girl from Fremont, Michigan, that went through some crazy stuff a few years back, and I'm in the process of writing a book about it, and I want to help others with my story, and hopefully show that no matter how bad it is, you can overcome it, and it's going to be okay. You just have to believe and be willing to do what positive things you can do to get there, like get counseling or get rid of the negativity in your life, which is something that I did as well. When it comes to the people that you surround yourself with, if you surround yourself with negative people, guess what? It's going to bring you down. But if you surround yourself with positive, encouraging, you know, like-minded people, you would be amazed at the changes that it will make in your life. You know, to have somebody that you know that you can call up or get together with, and you don't have to worry about them making you feel bad about what's going on in your life. You know, whether they agree with it or not, at least they're there to support you. And it's just such a game changer with that. Just surrounding yourself with positivity is just the way to make you feel so much better. So maybe take a step back and look at look at your circle, see who you know, associate with, and if there's, you know, a person or a couple people that you're like, well, you know, that person really kind of makes me feel less about myself than what, you know, I should, or they hurt my feelings, or maybe they live a destructive lifestyle, maybe consider kind of just separating yourself from that and focus on being healthy. And the ones that believe in you and the ones that need to be around you, they're going to be there regardless of your struggle. So just be strong and know that seeking help is not a weakness, and it's going to be okay.